And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
When Disney cast Rachel Zegler as Snow White, it seemed like a slam dunk. A young, talented star ready to breathe new life into a timeless classic. But the excitement didn't last long. Almost immediately, whispers of doubt began swirling online. Fans questioned whether Ziggler could truly embody Snow White, a character so iconic she's practically the cornerstone of Disney's legacy. It wasn't just about her talent, it was about the weight of nostalgia, innocence, and tradition she'd have to carry. Could Ziggler, with her modern edge, live up to that? Then came the bigger bombshell. Rumors started leaking that Disney's decision-making wasn't as pure as the driven snow. Word on the street was that the studio had quietly thrown its support behind Donald Trump, a move that clashed hard with the progressive vibe they were pushing with Ziggler's casting. Fans were left reeling. Was Disney playing a double game, chasing political favor while dressing it up in fairy tale glitter? And how would this shadowy agenda shape the film? Still, Disney didn't flinch. They doubled down, hyping Ziggler as the ultimate blend of old-school charm and 21st century grit. A Snow White for a new era. The stakes couldn't be higher. This wasn't just another live-action cash grab. This was Snow White, the story that launched Disney's empire. If Ziggler nailed it, she'd cement her status as Hollywood royalty. If she flopped, or if the political rumors exploded, she could drag Disney's whole live-action strategy down with her. But the real chaos was just getting started. When Ziggler opened her mouth in her first interviews, she didn't just stir the pot, she flipped it over entirely. What did she say that sent shockwaves through the internet? Stick around, because this drama's about to heat up fast! When Rachel Zegler opened up about her role as Snow White, she didn't mince words, and her next move shook Hollywood to its core. In a series of fiery interviews, Ziggler didn't just take swings at the classic Snow White story. She turned her guns on Disney itself. She accused the studio of secretly supporting Donald Trump while pretending to champion progressive values. "It's all a lie," she said, her voice cutting through the noise. "They're playing both sides, and it's costing them everything." Ziggler wasn't done. She went harder, calling out Disney's hypocrisy and greed with surgical precision. "They're chasing MAGA money while dressing it up in fairy tales," she snapped. "And now they're losing $300 million on this film because they can't decide who they are." The internet lost its mind. Fans, critics, and even industry insiders couldn't believe what they were hearing. Was Ziggler spilling the tea on Disney's double game? Or was she just torching her own career? Had Disney's political tightrope act finally blown up their $290 million Snow White reboot? The reaction was immediate and brutal. Social media exploded with hashtags like #Ziggler's Disney and #Disney Trumpgate trending within hours. Fans were split down the middle. Some hailed Ziggler as a hero for exposing corporate two-facedness. "She's brave for saying what we all suspected," one supporter tweeted. Others weren't buying it, slamming her for sabotaging her own project. "She's trashing her own movie, and he's gonna bury her," another user shot back. Disney, meanwhile, kept their lips sealed. No statement, no defense, just eerie silence. But Ziggler's words had already lit the fuse. Her accusations didn't just stir up drama, they dragged Disney's murky motives into the spotlight. Rumors of a $300 million loss started swirling, and suddenly, the conversation wasn't just about a fairy tale remake. It was about whether Disney's attempt to play both sides of the political fence had turned their golden goose into a financial dumpster fire. Ziggler's outburst left everyone asking the big questions. Was she right about Disney's behind-the-scenes games? Had their alleged flirtation with Trump support alienated their audience? And how did a $290 million blockbuster end up as a $300 million disaster? Disney wasn't talking, but the chaos was undeniable, and it was only the beginning. Behind the glitz of Disney's fairy tale empire, chaos was brewing, and Rachel Zegler's explosive interviews had just blown the lid off. Insiders revealed that Disney execs were blindsided by Ziggler's public accusations, scrambling to contain the fallout from her claim that the studio's secret support for Trump had tanked their $290 million Snow White reboot. "It was a nightmare," one source whispered. They thought Ziggler was on board with the vision, but she flipped the script and now they're bleeding cash. The numbers didn't lie. Early projections showed Snow White was on track to lose Disney a staggering $300 million, and Ziggler's outburst was the match that lit the fuse. But here's the kicker. Disney wasn't just worried about the money, they were terrified of the optics. How could a studio built on family values and progressive messaging explain away rumors of MAGA ties? And why had they cast Ziggler, a vocal critic of Trump, in the first place? The contradiction was glaring, and the internet wasn't letting it slide. As Ziggler's words ricocheted across social media, Disney's PR machine went into overdrive. Rumors swirled that execs were considering everything from damage control statements to quietly distancing themselves from the film. But the damage was done. Fans were already boycotting. Hashtags like #BoycottDisney trending alongside #Ziggler vs Disney. They're trapped, another insider said. Admit they back Trump and they alienate half their audience. Deny it, and Ziggler's fans call them liars. Ziggler, meanwhile, wasn't backing down. In a cryptic tweet, she teased, "There's more where that came from. Disney's not ready." What did she know that the studio was desperate to keep buried? And how had a $290 million fairy tale turned into a $300 million political disaster? The answers were coming, and they were about to shake Hollywood to its core. The war between Rachel Zegler and Disney just hit a boiling point, and the fallout is about to get nuclear. After Disney's leaked memo hinted at a desperate rewrite to save their $290 million Snow White reboot, Ziggler dropped the hammer. In a blistering Instagram live, she unleashed a tirade that left fans gasping. They're not just rewriting the ending, they're rewriting history. Disney's not just losing $300 million, they're losing their soul. Her words cut deep, accusing the studio of burying its legacy in a desperate bid to dodge the political firestorm she ignited. But Ziggler didn't stop there. She teased a bombshell so big it could crater Disney's entire live-action strategy. "I've got proof texts, emails, everything. They thought they could silence me, but I'm done playing their game." The internet detonated. Hashtags like #Ziggler exposes Disney and #Disney collapse surged, while Disney's stock took a nosedive. Insiders whisper that execs are in full panic mode, scrambling to contain the damage, but it might already be too late. As Ziggler's fury scorches the studio, one question burns hotter than ever. What's in those texts, and how deep does Disney's deception go? The truth is coming, and it's about to blow the lid off Hollywood's biggest gamble. Stay locked. This showdown's just getting started. The Rachel Zegler versus Disney saga just exploded into its most jaw-dropping chapter yet. After weeks of simmering tension, Ziggler's relentless accusations, Disney's frantic damage control, and a looming $300 million disaster, the battle has gone full-on nuclear. Buckle up, because Segment 6 is about to set the internet ablaze. It started with a spark. Ziggler took to Instagram Live, her eyes blazing, and dropped a bombshell that hit Disney like a sledgehammer. "They're not just rewriting the ending, they're rewriting history," she declared, her voice dripping with venom. "Disney's not just losing $300 million, they're losing their soul." Fans froze. The chat erupted. What did she mean? She didn't leave us hanging. Ziggler doubled down, hinting at a revelation so massive it could torch Disney's entire live-action empire. "I've got proof texts, emails, everything," she teased. "They thought they could silence me, but I'm done playing their game." The internet lost its mind. Ziggler exposes Disney shot to the top of trending, while Disney collapse gained traction faster than Disney could delete its PR tweets. Behind the scenes, whispers paint a grim picture. Disney execs are reportedly in meltdown mode, blindsided by Ziggler's latest strike. The $290 million Snow White reboot, already a financial sinkhole, is now a full-blown PR nightmare. Sources say the studio's stock took a brutal hit as investors brace for the fallout. But here's where it gets wild. Ziggler's not just swinging at the film, she's aiming for Disney's jugular. What's in those texts? Rumors swirl that Ziggler's sitting on evidence. Maybe a deleted scene, maybe proof of execs strong-arming her into silence that ties Disney's political flip-flopping to the film's chaotic production. Did they cut something too explosive? Did they threaten her career to keep her quiet? The stakes couldn't be higher, and Ziggler's playing her hand like a pro. One thing's clear, this isn't just a feud anymore, it's a reckoning. Disney's empire is trembling, and Ziggler's holding the match. What's she got, and how will Disney hit back? Stay glued, because the truth is about to drop, and it's going to be a bloodbath.